Yeah, hey, I'm Johannes. I'm the vocalist of Avatar.
Right, how's the co-headline tour going?
It's going really well, really well. Through the years for us, England has been a pretty rough country for us. It was been really hard for us to take off it. But since we were here opening for Avenged Sevenfold and Five Finger Death Punch, I feel things really turn around for us. Yeah. And now, I don't know, it starts to get really rooted here. Yeah. And so it's been a great experience all the way through.
So who's actually headlining? You swap each night? Or?
Yeah, what we do is that we are, like I said, in every sense of the word, it's a co-headline, playing the same lane. You know, everybody gets the same privileges everywhere. Yeah. Just that they are closing up the UK dates and we are closing up the mainland Europe dates.
Right. I did wonder how it worked. You just released your 5th album. How well has it been received by the fans?
Very well. Like I said, I guess we are growing at a speed that never has happened in our careers prior to this, and I don't know. Yes, people show up and they sing along, so I guess I like it. It's for me, it's always. I don't know, when doing music, I kind of forget that part, that is somebody else is supposed to like it too. Now, we've learned as a band to kind of remove that side of ourselves while doing it, and I know that we did our favorite album, which is, with each album you make, that's a hard thing to do. When you did your debut album, and we were 18, 19 years old, that was our best album we had ever made, because it was the only album. Yeah. And you try to get that each time, and I really feel we did that. So I was kind of comfortable with, okay, I don't really care if anybody likes it or their reviews are bad or if nobody shows up. At least, I'm going to listen to it. Yeah. That, as it turns out, that is a very healthy attitude to have when making an album, because people listen to it and enjoy it, And I guess it's because it's so honest.
So have you followed on, obviously I've not had a chance to listen to your album, have you followed on the same sort of sound?
Well, yeah, what we have done is, with Black Walls, we kind of, the album prior to Hail the Apocalypse, we kind of figured out a lot about ourselves artistically, and we kind of set down on a path in music that we weren't on prior to that. And we kept on exploring what we started with Black Walls. Yeah. That being said, we still always make a point out of not repeating ourselves. It's still metal. It will always be metal, and it will always be as groovy as possible. And as original as possible. But still, the whole basic idea of it is to that people are supposed to feel something when they hear it, and all that remains the same goals for it. But then we never repeat ourselves. There's still a bunch of things happening differently.
I noticed in the album a lot of the guitar riffs are sort of you tell you've been influenced by Avenged Sevenfold, perhaps. Yeah,
I would disagree because we finished. Actually, none of us had really listened to Avenged Sevenfold prior to touring with them. So no, we finished the album before that. So that's
Oh, that's interesting. Are you playing much of the album in the set?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 thing between Black Walls and Hail the Apocalypse on this one. Right. And when we have longer sets, we bring in older stuff. But if we feel like we captured our audiences and we captured Avatar artistically with the two latter albums, so that's the most relevant to focus on now. And then in the future, I know for a fact we will return to our older works as well, further down the road. But right now, it feels the most relevant to focus on those.
Right. What's the best song to play live from the new album?
Oh, a bunch of them for different reasons. I must say I feel like Hail the Apocalypse is a kick-ass opening song of any set. And, it's been hard to change actually, because we try to mix up our set list a lot. No, other than that, I don't know. It's kind of lame answer, but all of them, honestly, they were written to be performed. We also recorded them live in the studio and all that. So it's that is how it was intended to be made anyway.
Yeah. Have you got any songs that didn't make the album? And if so, what will you do with them?
Yeah, we got just one, I guess. Yeah, one that we just couldn't figure out the chorus with. It just it turned out a bit, you know, catchy in the wrong kind, in a way that didn't really like, it felt a bit cheap, and we just, it was frustrating because we loved the riff, we loved the verses were extremely groovy. I was very happy with what we did lyrically and, you know, the song.
Yeah.
And that, we didn't manage to put it together in a way where it would make sense. It was rocking out too much, kind of thing. I don't know. I guess it's in a saved for bonus track vault somewhere.
Yeah.
They will have one thing that ended up a bonus track also was the song Use and Abuse. I think that's an iTunes bonus thing.
Right.
So those two one of them is already out, obviously. But other than that, it's still not on. Didn't make the actual album cut.
Right. So they'll be put to one side, perhaps for a later album, even maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't think that will come back on a later album. I hope we will anyway move on and do the next thing with the next album, so it will lose relevance. That was 2013, 14. You know.
Yeah. How do you write your songs?
In chaos.
Yeah. Do you write on the road?
A bit. I personally started to do quite a bit of that now, like this fall. But prior to that, not at all really. It's really been a home thing to do. But now, this fall, I personally managed to crank out more riffs than I thought I would, and more ideas. And but we write as a group. We are multiple songwriters in the band, and it's kind of this wave going up and down in levels of intensity where at some points of it we are, you know, very separated from each other, then we find each other again and, you know, go to a cabin somewhere and jam out on each other's ideas, steal each other's riffs basically.
Yeah.
So it's a constant waveform going on.
Right. It's interesting. Is it difficult to recreate your sound live? Obviously not if you're writing as you're recording and such.
Yeah, no, and it's also, you know, doing that we use, you know, samples and stuff for synthesizers. The foundation in every song has to be and is always what the five of us can actually do when we enter a room. Yeah. So it's only ever, you know, it's two guitars.
Yeah.
It is one vocalist, two backup vocalists, and a drummer. And then, you know, then we add stuff to it, you know, and do a bigger album out of it. And some stuff gets to, you know, join us on stage in form of backing tracks, but we never, you know, there are never like 10 guitars going on at the same time.
So when you record your album, you've got some keyboards in there. Do you bring someone else in, or does one of the band play them?
No, we work with a guy that happened to live in the studio when we did Black Walls. His name's Walter, and what happened is, like, it was suggested by a producer, Tobias Lindell, that, you know, well, Walter's here, he can try some stuff. I think some, you know, in the industrial atmosphere would do your songs really good. Okay, let's try it. You know, we can just keep some things, but ended up keeping everything. Because we are so good, he got us, and, you know, we got to know him during the recording process and stuff. So I guess it's a form of co-production if you look at it that way, what he did.
So you won't ever become a part of the band? You just...
No, because what we want to still, it's just something we want to add.
Yeah.
I don't feel like if I would use an actual keyboard player in the band, it would just require more keyboards than we want to.
Yeah.
And not all songs, we don't want it everywhere. We don't want
I think it's nice just to have that little bit every now and then.
Exactly.
A bit different.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, otherwise it's, you know, Stratovarius or something, which I really like, but it's, you know, it's another thing, and that is not what we're waiting for. Or Dark Tranquility or something. Yeah. Or Dimmy Boy, and the list goes on. Cool ways to use that and have someone in the band doing that, but in our case, it's an addition, it's easy.
Yeah. What's the reason for the makeup?
Because when it was purely experimental for the sake of doing music video Black Wall, then it just turned out that it clicked with all of us. We felt we were looking for, I guess we let them pass. Okay, maybe we're fine. We knew we wanted to do something more with the band, where we would start to take everything around the group as art, and that everything had to communicate the same things, and, you know, be a gathered piece of work. And part of that was figuring out our visuals and all that, and take it further than it just being a gimmick or image or whatever. And this little clown thing was just something we did for the purpose of music video, which was an experiment, and it clicked, it worked, it just felt right.
It's gives you a very distinctive look now. You're instantly recognisable.
Yeah, which is helpful, but for us it was, you know, the whole point was just finding the face of the music, finding the visual side to accommodate what we're singing about and what we are all about.
So in that case, how important is the band's image?
We never used the word image. I used it for the first time in 6 months now in this question, saying that it had to be more than an image. We treat the band, we look for the artistic satisfaction in it. The end result is, of course, that it comes off as an image, and I don't mind that. That is, you know, band has to have a good image.
Yeah.
But when we work with it, that is not what we say. Passion and art is important.
Yeah.
And the end result, for, you know, as music is important, hits is not important for us either. Music is important, but great music and great passion and great art probably generates a cool image and some hit songs, you know. But we don't talk about that.
No.
That is the office
Music
people's
first.
yeah, because we suck at doing anything else, you know. We are good at being honest.
How important is social media to promote the band, and do you run that side of things yourselves?
Yeah, the rest of some of the band run the Facebook. I have a Twitter, which I kind of enjoy because I really just do it on my own terms, my own way and stuff. But in general, it is more important than I would like it to be. I would like to start an own homepage with anti-social media.
Yeah.
The same status being uploaded every day and a hate button you can click. And that would be it. It's cool to interact with some people. You know, it's nice to find out what impact our music has had in people's lives, and it's cool to have this direct connection with people. But sometimes it just overshadows. You know, everything has to be a hashtag, and it's tiresome.
Yeah, no.
Communication is wonderful, and that we can communicate so much is great. But again, it turns into a gimmick. You know.
But I suppose without that, people in the UK probably wouldn't really know of you.
Well, we came here and did concerts, so...
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
What's the most recent album you've purchased, and do you buy the albums or download them?
The last album I got was actually a gift from my promoter in Germany. I got C2 by Devin Townsend. I would count that as buying, because if I hadn't received it as a gift, I would have bought it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge Devin Townsend fan. It's a mixed bag if I buy or if I download, but it will always be, you know, legal download. But what I do the most is actually stream it, Spotify, stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I have this, you know, I have my album collection with lots and lots of stuff in it. But then after, you know, first time I got iTunes on my computer when I was 16, I just put everything in there anyway, you know. So there are some vinyls I get and stuff for the sake of the culture collecting, but I'm not a big album collector.
Do you release your stuff on vinyl as well?
The latest on Hail Apocalypse is on vinyl.
Yeah. Is that because of the surge in demand for vinyl, or because you want a copy yourself?
Yes. Well, we wouldn't have released it on vinyl if we didn't think we could sell it, but yes, we wanted to have it for our own sake.
Yeah. What was the first album you bought, and do you still have it?
Yes, Megadeth, Euthanasia.
Has that influenced yourself in the band, buying that?
Of course. The early stuff you listen to is always the most influential. I guess the earliest common influence we have in the band is The Haunted. But for me, I don't know, for me, especially in my early style of writing, Megadeth was really important. And I guess still are more than I realized, because, you know, like I said, early bands are there in your DNA after a while. And I don't know, they kind of, there was, you know, that band and that albums, and also albums prior to that, are that kind of full package where, you know, great melodic ideas and ambitious lyrical ideas and great riffing that is all built and played by very great music. You know, it's kind of a total package thing where everything is a string.
So starting halfway through with Megadeth's collection, have you gone back?
My way back.
You have, yeah.
And then I worked myself forward, and then I stopped listening for a while.
Yeah.
Then I started listening again, and Endgame came, and that was awesome and stuff.
Yeah. So do the band all have similar sort of taste?
Yeah, with some things, and with some things we don't. We are most of us listen to very multiple kind of things, and what's nice, we bring different things to the table.
Yeah.
But again, we share our common roots in extreme metal.
Yeah.
You know, death metal, black metal, and then once it gets thrashier, that will go more towards a bass player, Hendrik, and more old school rock and roll, maybe more towards Tim.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm the biggest nut for progressive. You know, it's a bit like that, and then we all have ABBA and Needles.
It's quite good to have that different assortment in the band. You create some different sounds in, rather than just full on death metal all the time. You got.
Well, the idea is that we are fans of death metal, but I don't consider ourselves a death metal band.
No.
We have some more death metal oriented songs, that's for sure. But if you listen to a full body of work, there's more things going on in death metal, especially in the two later albums. So we're death metal fans. We're definitely rooted in extreme metal, but there's something else to it, according to me.
Yeah. What do you miss most when you're on tour?
My girlfriend and my family.
Yeah. They don't ever come with you?
Oh, shit, they have a life. Can't just sit in the back on the bus and drum on your knees.
Yeah.
No. Well, they come when she comes and see me. When it's been possible, she has been coming to see me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their own life. My whole family will come and see us in Copenhagen, actually.
Yeah. What band member is the biggest joker?
I guess we all are in different ways. We are all in our different ways, and it's what happens in your group. You get your own, your own what's it called, inside jokes and all that, and certain perks, certain ways that people are quirks is the word I'm looking for. Perks, quirks that people have becomes a comedy in itself, and we are all like that.
Yeah. What's the best part of being in the band, and what's been the highlight so far?
Well, to have this creative output, to get to be creative and to create something, and to share that, and then the people actually take part of it, obviously. And in that sense, there have been many great moments, and on different ways. It's usually not those things that look cool from the outside, because those are part of, oh, we got this tour, wow, good. That means that we can do it, and it's work, it's business, it's usual kind of thing going on. But when you get that idea, when you know that you're gonna name that song Tower, and you run with that, and you create around that those moments, and when you connect as a band on that level, when you put the lights out in the studio and just groove, those moments are the greatest.
If you can make an all-star band from musicians dead or alive, who would be in it?
The Beatles. They already existed. Or ABBA.
Yeah. An interesting combination. Mix the two together.
Yeah, I don't think I will mix them though.
No.
No, I don't know. I'm a huge Devin Townsend fan, that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
I guess if I would put him on vocals, I'm not sure who I would put on guitars. Maybe I don't even need guitars for it. Well, what would happen if he played with... what is his name? Well, he's a huge Ravi Shankar fan. So let's put them together. That would be interesting. Ravi Shankar. Then I don't remember the drummer's name, but there's this John Coltrane album, My Love Supreme, that because my drummer is a drummer, he got that for that reason. So we're going to choose that. That would be cool. Ravi Shankar, that drummer from My Love Supreme, whatever his name is, and Devin Townsend.
Interesting mix.
Yeah, I know. It's it's usually when you start playing that game, so masturbation-atory fantasy of just which dead musicians do you like, and there are quite a few. Beethoven. I would put Beethoven in Scooter. German clashes with German. That would be good. Beethoven and Scooter.
Certainly be interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
They got it. I get my chance.
A few quick fire ones just to finish off. Favourite place?
Home. And home is more a person than a place
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Favorite food?
It's food I get to cook myself.
Yeah. Any particular type?
No, it's very world peace originated. I'm influenced by multiple cultures when I do it.
Yeah. Favorite sport?
None. Professional wrestling.
Yeah. Favorite band? Other than your own, obviously.
The Beatles.
Yeah. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Lager or cider?
Lager.
Whiskey or wine?
That depends. Wine.
Rum or coke?
Rum or Coke. So we're sticking to this one. I guess Coke.
Right. And classical or rap music?
Classical.
Right.
Nothing against rap music, though.
For classical. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Well, one of these days, shortly now, our music video Vulture's Fly should be out. So when this is online, maybe it'll already. Yes. I hope. We're waiting for it.
Right.
So keep your eyes open for that one.
Right, I'll link that in when it comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.